Hello, 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 hello.
Oh, no.
Hello, Governor.
Oh, God.
Well, we got a lot of complaints the other day because I said we'd start every podcast with "G'day."
Yeah.
And then all these Aussies got in touch with us with pitchforks and, and flames and said, mate, you can't say "G'day" every day. You're abusing our national language.
So instead, you thought you'd take a leaf out of Mrs. Doubtfire's book.
Hello. I'm you, Virginia Doubtfire.
It's actually Jade and Damien, the Washed Up Jocks, your daily dose. Can I just say, it's actually a miracle that I'm here today. I was almost going to call in sick to my non-paying new job of podcasting with you, and it's only been like 3 days.
Who would you have called me?
I guess.
Normally, it's got to go through a manager or something. Like, you should have called my wife, Eileen.
I probably should have, yeah, because she's definitely the managerial.
She's the manager.
Yeah. Okay, I'll know that for next time. I will call Eileen.
Why were you going to call in sick today?
Well, because the winds that happened recently, we were staying out at the farm, and
she has a farm.
Yeah, I have a farm.
She's a farmer. For those who are just joining us, not a very good farmer, I might add. She grows no produce and kills all her animals. So.
I don't personally kill them, except the cows, because we eat them. Oh yes, but the chickens we were using for eggs, they were getting eaten by foxes and falcons, and some died of natural causes. I think some escaped, did the chicken run.
I think a lot of them had heart attacks when they discovered they were living with you guys.
So it was really windy the other night. Now I'm getting this secondhand from my husband because I slept through it all.
Oh, okay.
There were massive winds, and what happened was that the roof of the shipping container came off and then landed on top of our car, our 200 series Toyota, the family car.
Oh, that's not good.
Not good at all. So the windscreen's completely smashed. So now we can't use it. And it's got dents in the roof and on the side.
Oh, my God.
I know. And so that car's out. Now, generally that wouldn't be a problem, except when I left radio, I used to get a Mazda car, but because I've left radio...
We both had car endorsements,
yes.
And when we left radio, we both lost our endorsements.
Did you lose yours too?
Oh, mine's gone as well. Yeah, no. Mine went overnight.
So did mine. So then that car was out of the equation. And our mother and father-in-law are travelling around Australia. And she had this old Jeep that she was like, I'll leave at your house and you can use that if you want. And we were like, beautiful. So, generally that would be the car that we would use.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, last week, my husband had to drive the car down to Melbourne to the dealership she got it from so that he could sell that car on her behalf because she just really needed the cash.
Oh.
So now...
Okay, he drove to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dropped the car off and then caught a plane back.
There was no one locally that would buy the car.
No, well, I think they wanted a quick sale, and the dealer who she'd bought the car off 6 months ago for $12,000 said, I'm happy to take it back for $7,000.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty...
$5,000 over 6 months. That's full on depreciation.
That's well.
Anyway, my husband did
well, again, why would you not have checked locally first? I wonder could we get a better deal than $7,000? Surely there's someone in the Illawarra that might buy a car worth $12,000 for more than $7,000.
I think I see a logic, but they wanted a quick turnaround, and because it had Melbourne or Victorian plates on it, apparently it's a bit of rigmarole to change it over to New South Wales, blah, blah, blah.
Have you seen the movie Meet the Millers?
Yes.
Where
Jennifer Aniston
and
that guy out of The Hangover?
Sudeikis, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And they've got to... Well, basically, the drug mules. They take drugs from across the border from Mexico into America. Is this what was going on for you guys? was your husband, now that you're out of radio and times are tough, was he drug muling between New South Wales and Victoria? Because it sounds like he might have been.
You thought those chickens died. Some people use shampoo bottles. We use chickens. Just stuff them all, put them in the back of the car.
You heard it first here, so no. just for the record.
I'm joking. No. He is no drug mule. I mean, God, I wish he was, because then we would be able to afford to buy another car. So as it stands...
Maybe he's a bad drug mule.
As it stands,
He's not into putting balloons up his filled with amphetamines.
no. So as it stands, we've got no car. The only car we have is it's completely smashed up, and because the windscreen's smashed, you can't drive it because it's obviously a hazard if something happens. Everyone gets covered in glass. But the other downfall is because it happened on the farm and it's not in any immediate danger, like it didn't happen on the side of the road or anything. The tow truck people are taking their sweet time. We're basically at the bottom of the list.
Wow.
So they'll get to us when they get to us.
I know a guy. He would have come out straight away.
Really?
Yeah, no, because my son's car packed up the other day on the main road.
Yeah.
And I needed a tow truck. This guy was out within 20 minutes.
Yeah, but it was because it was on a road.
I mean, it cost $10,000.
Well, we definitely can't afford that.
I thought it was a good deal for 10 minutes. You know?
My husband's going to make some more trips to south of the border for us to be able to afford that one.
So you've no car.
Yeah, one of my good friends that she heard my plight said, oh, look, we've got a car that you can borrow. So I'm cruising around in like a little Toyota Corolla. It's akin to my first car that I got when I was 17 back in 1997.
There's nothing wrong with a Corolla. No. Corollas have stood the test of time.
Yes. And I mean, it's a car and it's got aircon. So like really.
Does it have wind-up windows?
Yes, it does.
Wind-up windows. You're looking all over for the automatic button, but there's none.
No, there's
what
none.
Is this thing?
What's this handle do?
What is it?
Wow.
When I turn it.
Yeah.
Wow.
The downfall with this is that the kids have discovered that too, and you can't do any window lock. So my children are constantly, window goes up, window goes down, window goes up.
Yeah.
Oh, it does my head in.
That's why I reckon they got rid of that whole idea.
Yeah, so that you could control
They invented automatic windows purely for parents.
Yeah.
Stuff this. And also the central locking for parents as well, just in case.
100%,
Yeah. That was a big thing actually growing up as well. Everybody used to get their fingers caught in the door. That was a really big thing. I knew a lot of people who got their fingers caught in the door. And apparently now, if you get your fingers caught in the door of a car, it's got padding. So
really?
Yeah, there's kind of there's
finger padding.
Well, no, there is a kind of a padding area that you'll still do some damage, but won't chop them off.
Did it used to chop them off?
Well,
I just remember once.
Actually, I don't know if to chop them off.
I remember once, when you want to do you want to create an exit and you go and you slam the door. I remember I was fighting, I think it was one of my parents, and then I slammed the car door and I think I locked it too, but my thumb was still inside.
Let that be a lesson.
And I locked it and I'm like, I can't unlock it to get my thumb out.
You're right.
There was no finger padding on that door, I can tell you that right now.
And because of the generation that it was, when your finger actually came out, your parents give you a slap.
That's right. Oh yeah, there was no help. There was no offer of a Band-Aid.
Back then it was, okay, you were already in pain, but
yeah.
don't do that again.
I know. Finger padding's inside doors. Anyway, so my thing is, I now feel like I'm a P-plater again, having to borrow cars off people to just get around, to get from A to B.
Well, I mean...
How the mighty have fallen.
You've got to do what you got to do, and sometimes it makes you humble because, you were getting a bit lofty there for a while. No, driving around your Mazda.
Instead of my face being on the bus, I'm now in the bus.
Wow. And that's actually quite true. All joking aside that we used to have, again, for those who are just joining us, because we did radio for so long, we had our faces on buses and on billboards and over bridges. Yeah. And all sorts of places like that.
In shopping centres, like massive, massive signs. I mean... The good thing about it is now, because I used to go to Stockland Shell Harbour, which is a shopping centre here, which had a massive, we're talking 10 metre high billboard of us. Yeah. And whenever I went shopping and I was anywhere near that poster, I was like, oh no, people are looking at that poster. Because we did a full glamour shot, hair, makeup, the works. We looked amazing. They're looking at the poster. They're looking at me. They're looking at the poster and just thinking, wow, that is false advertising.
They must have used a lot of Photoshop.
That's right.
That's not true.
Well, the photos were amazing. But usually when I go in the shopping centre, I'm in my active wear. I haven't washed my hair for 3 days. You're just manky. So now I don't have to worry about having any level of decorum in my life.
We don't need to. I mean, geez, I even considered going to the shops the other day in my pajamas.
Hey!
I was like, I don't need to care anymore.
No, we don't need to care.
What I did do as a kind of an alternative,
Yes.
I wore thongs.
Ooh.
And that's something I don't do as well.
I know, I've never seen you in a pair of thongs.
No, because I don't think men and thongs should actually go hand in hand.
Really?
I hate the look of a man wearing thongs.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know, big sausage feet,
Hairy toes.
you know, it being exposed like that. It's just not a thing.
Toenails that have not been cut for
No,
months.
you know, like it's.
You need a drop saw to get through them.
It's just there's nothing. I think it's lazy, to be honest.
You just can't be bothered to put socks and shoes on.
Just put on your socks and shoes. Keep those things away.
So wow. So no wonder you don't like people in pajamas because they haven't even been bothered to get dressed.
They haven't bothered to get dressed. They're just roaming around. The hair is disheveled, and a lot of time they're wearing UGG boots as well, which are like just. Let's be honest, they're little sweat packs, aren't they? Because they're wearing them in summer.
Oh yeah.
And in summer here it's 40 degrees.
I know. But I love a good UGG boot. I
like UGG boots as
I'll wear
well.
my UGG boots to the shop.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You've just like had a dig at people who wear thongs. There's no way you're wearing UGG boots.
I don't like it. I don't like just again. It's a pet hate maybe, but guys wearing thongs, it's a no go.
Well, lucky you don't date guys in thongs. Otherwise, you would be a single old. You'd be a single old man, a single old spinster.
When you're a bit younger or whatever, you know, in your say early 20s, you've got all these goals.
Yeah.
These plans, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go and maybe at some point I'll become a doctor,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna write a novel and I'm gonna travel to this place. But then as you get older, you go, oh well, that's the doctor gone.
I don't have 10 years left to study.
I can take that off the list.
Take that off the list. And then like you also pretend to yourself that you actually, I don't care about that anymore. I've changed. I don't want to do that. I don't want to save lives anymore.
Nah.
Oh mate, the only life I'm trying to keep going is my own.
Yeah, I'm just trying to survive.
I'm just trying to survive.
I'm trying to get my kids to the stage where they can leave the house.
That's right. We're just trying to get through the day.
We are survivors. That TV show Survivor, it hasn't got a patch on what a parent goes through.
That's right.
They need to change that whole show and just have it, you know, where they put all these muscly people into a household with kids.
That's right. It's like that show Alone that's like massive on the SBS, but it's massive all over the world. I'm like, man, I would love to be alone. I can't even go to the toilet by myself. I want someone to drop me in the wilderness in Tasmania. I don't care if I have to eat raw fish. I don't care. I mean, they do even do it with some people in the nude. That's what, wouldn't you be concerned with no clothes on that you do put yourself in a precarious position, especially as a guy? Like, you know, you're over there trying to do some fishing or something and then a piranha comes and
Jumps
bites
up
your
and
dick off. Like,
grabs all Mr. Knish, that's the end of it. That's it. Cut. Take me off the island. What's the dumbest thing you believed in as a kid?
Okay, I've got one. So our kindergarten teacher, Mr. Thomas, he told us, this is at Jamboree Primary School in kindergarten.
Sorry, wait to interrupt you. Is this the guy that you dance with?
Yes, he's the guy who did.
She in the same school. Sorry to interrupt the story, but in that same school, Mr. Thomas asked her out to dance. She was only a kindergarten kid, and she did poo in her pants.
To be fair, I was off school with gastro. I was really sick, and then I wanted to go to the school dance. And then by the time I got to dance with him, I did poo my pants. But I still finished the dance with him, and then I scooted off to the toilet.
She finished the dance, but it was like Hansel and Gretel. There was like crumbs all the way to the toilet.
So yes, same teacher, Mr. Thomas, but he told us as a class that he'd hidden a golden ticket in the classroom. I think Charlie Chocolate Factory had come out, or we were doing something to do with it. Anyway, kid you not, everyone in our class, even till year 6, were trying to find this golden ticket, and we thought we'd left it somewhere. Many years later, I actually caught up with Mr. Thomas again, and I asked him about the golden ticket, and he couldn't even remember. He'd said something about the golden ticket. And then he proceeded to say, of course, it was a lie because I don't remember.
You can't even remember.
You can't even remember.
But
we were looking for this golden ticket for years. Years.
Held on to that idea. Held on to the fantasy that there was a golden ticket.
That's right. I didn't mention it that I pooed my pants when I danced to the school dance. I left that out of the conversation.
You had some golden nuggets for him. All right, we will see you all very soon. Be good.